Over to you, Harriet.
Okay, thank you, Tom. Yeah, so I'm Harriet. I live in Radley. I've lived here for 4 years now with my husband, Nicholas. Before that, we lived in East Oxford for about 25 years. And that's where we brought up our 2 children. And so it's now been for about 30 years that we've lived without a car, without owning a car. When I first met Nicholas, he had decided he no longer wanted to own a car, and I didn't have one anyway, so I was very happy to carry on not having a car. And it's never actually really been, it's never been a source of conflict or anything between us. It's just how we've lived our lives. Why we've done it? Well, you all know the damage that cars cause, and that was our main motivation. And also we just don't like cars and all the hassle that's associated with them. We moved to Radley because it's got a train station and a good bus service, and it's within easy cycling distance of Oxford and Abingdon. So in many ways, the transport here works better for us than it did in East Oxford because the station is so convenient. I'm not a serious cyclist. I'm just a person who cycles sometimes. I don't do cycling holidays. I don't wear special gear. I just cycle. So how do we live our lives? Okay, commuting to work. So my commute to Charwell in North Oxford can be by train, buses, or cycling, or various combinations of those. It usually takes about 45 minutes. And if it's quicker than that, I see that as a bonus. You could get there quicker by car, or not, maybe not if you were stuck on the A34. So that's the first big difference. I'm not trying to get everywhere in the fastest possible time. My priorities are different. I'm trying to minimize environmental damage and enjoy the journey and arrive ready to work. So my favorite option is cycling because it's reliable time. You generally can tell how long it's going to take. I get exercise. I enjoy it. It's a really nice, quiet cycle path. Then I go along the tow path and North Oxford side roads, which are really lovely as well. So now I'm going to do the screen share and show you my commuting picture if it works out. There it is. There's my bike, there's my 2 panniers, and that's, part of the route that I would pass every day commuting to work. So it's just such a lovely thing to do. And coming home as well, it's really good for me to have that break between work and home. And the physical activity just helps to get rid of the stress of work. So I find it really helpful. So any of the ways that I commute to work are flexible so that I can easily do other things in Oxford. So, I finish work, I could go to the library. This is all pre-COVID, obviously. In normal times, I could go to the library, see friends, have a meal out, go shopping, whatever, without having to consider where to leave a car. And sometimes, say on a weekend, we might just go up to London from Oxford. And it's all incredibly easy because I don't have to work out where to put a car, how much it'll cost to park it. So it's very flexible and adaptable. That, I would say, is the second big difference. That it's much more easy to change your plans as you're going along. Shopping, sorry.
This is your 1 minute call.
1 minute call, okay.
1 minute left.
Right, 1 minute left, okay. So shopping, often we do that in Oxford or Waitrose because we've got the Waitrose card, so I can just put everything straight into the panniers. And I have Tolhurst veg bags, so I can just pick that up. We have Milk and More, which also delivers compost, loo roll, all kinds of stuff. Seeing family and friends, we often do that by train. And I guess train seems more affordable if you're not running a car. But obviously that needs planning. So that's the third big difference, that you have to plan and arrange things in advance. Train tickets bought in advance are much cheaper usually. So 3 main differences. It's generally slower. You know, you're thinking about the journey as having value in itself rather than just being as quick as possible. It's adaptable, and you need to plan. Have I got time for top tips or not?
Go on then, if they're very quick, yeah.
Okay,
Thank
top
you.
tip. It's mainly change the way you think about things, the way you think about travel. Plan your journeys, join a car club, get good bike stuff. That's it.
Thank you very much, Harriet. Thank you very much.
First question is to Harriet. How do you manage when you go on holiday, Harriet?
On holiday, well, we would choose a holiday where you go by train, or usually we choose a holiday where you go by train. Sometimes we hire a car. So last summer we actually hired a car. We would have used a train, but because of COVID, it wasn't possible to use a train and bus. And sometimes, yeah, if we're going to see friends who don't live near a train station, I think that was another one, or a bus state, you know, or a bus route, then again, we would have to hire a car or use a car club. We found a car club very useful. And I've got friends who are in car share schemes with another friend, you know, so they have a car between them, but it's not everybody has a car of their own.
Ros says, Harriet, is there a local car club?
Okay, well, that was one thing that was better definitely in East Oxford, because during the time that we were living there, a car club was set up, and now it's absolutely full of car clubs all over the place, which is brilliant. And it's one of the big lacks in Abingdon. There isn't one, and I am on a bit of a mission to get one set up if I can.
Okay, thank you. Right, Tom, I think that concludes the questions for this part of the evening.